Niran says, do you have any interesting stories about cricket-related music? So my favorite story about cricket-related music is the Brett Lee had a band which were called Six and Out, and that was Brad McNamara, who ended up being Channel 9 producer and now Fox producer, who then hired Brett Lee quite a bit. Shane Lee was in the band, who also played with Brett Lee. Brad McNamara obviously was a really good player for New South Wales, but never cracked the Australian team. So Brett and Shane Lee both played for Australia. I want to say the drummer was Gavin Robertson, but I might be making that up. But I feel like Gavin Robertson, the spinner, who I think got hit for a six, his first ball in Test cricket by Sachin Tendulkar. Or I might have got some of those details wrong, but I know he got hit for a six. He was involved, and the cult icon Richard Cheekwee, who, if T20 existed in the 90s, would have been, just an absolute favourite in the IPL. What an explosive player he was at a time when you weren't really supposed to do that. So they did a cover of How's That, the famous cricket song. And they also did a song on the other side of the EP, which was called Totally Average Band, which was them making fun of themselves. But it wasn't ideal. I want to say Shane Lee was the singer in that band, but I'd have to go back and have a look. But I've got the CD somewhere. I think I still own it to this day. So, I supported New South Wales cricket far more than most Victorian fans did. So that's one of my favourite stories. But my other favourite story is, and I won't be able to remember the song, but you can find this on YouTube. Herbert Chang, who was one of the players who went and played rebel cricket in South Africa as a West Indian, was I'm trying to remember what island he's from. I should know this. But he one of the West Indians, he was an opening batter, took a lot of hits to the head, had a very, very poor second half of his life. But he has an absolute tune. It might be my favorite song by a cricketer I've ever heard. And I think if you just Google Herbert Chang's song, you'll be able to find it. There's no music video or anything. It's literally just the song that plays on YouTube. It's such a talented player, that never quite made it at the top level. Obviously, the Rebel League didn't help, but he was also, I'm pretty sure he's an opening batter, and, Haynes and Greenwich was around. He wasn't going to get into the main side anyway. Ended up with a lot of mental health issues. I think his family believe he has CTE or Parkinson's syndrome, whichever one it is. But it's an absolute cracking song if you get a chance to go and listen to it. So I hope that, Niran, answers your question.